Happy New Year. It's Ashley G again with your Free Game Friday for 2019. This will be our first edition of Free Game Friday. Welcome back to all my returning viewers, my returning friends, my loyal people in Florida, wherever you are in Facebook land, wherever you are in YouTube land. Thank you again for supporting me. Thank you for sharing this out with your friends, your family members. Speaking of sharing, I'm going to go ahead and share this out on my page. I hope that you guys do the exact same thing and get this shared out on your pages. You never know. There may be fathers that need to see this information. You may have some cousins, some brothers. You may have a boyfriend, a husband that needs to see this information. So let's go ahead and share this out to our timelines. This is, again, Ashley Goggins. I'm an attorney here in Florida. The information that you're going to be receiving tonight is going to be based on Florida law only, okay? Florida law only, all right? But guess what? If you need help, reach out. I know a lot of attorneys in a lot of different states that I can refer you to. So come on in. We got a question of the day. For those of you who do not know how this works, it works like this. That Free Game Friday down below on the bottom of this video, you can submit all of your questions that you have about family law, paternity rights, child support, child custody, divorce, modifications, whatever it may be. You can submit those questions at www.freegamefriday.com, and you can be featured on our next week's Free Game Friday. So share this out again with your family, your friends. If you have questions about any topic related to family law matter, you can submit those questions for free. That's about the only thing that I do for free is Free Game Friday. So let's get into it. Our question of the day: if I signed the birth certificate when the child was born, can I dispute whether the baby is mine now that I've been served with child support? So what this father is stating is that he signed the birth certificate when the child was born, as a lot of fathers do if they are there. He signs the birth certificate at the hospital. When he signs the birth certificate at the hospital, he is acknowledging that he is the father. So to answer his question, the answer is no. He cannot legally dispute paternity if he is served with child support papers from the Department of Revenue. And guys, that may be shocking because you're thinking, I'm getting served with child support papers from the Department of Revenue, and when I request to get I was about to say a maternity test. When I request to get a DNA test, or when I request to get a genetic scientific test, or just a test to see if the child is actually mine, they can say no. The judges and the hearing officers in administrative court, which is what the Department of Revenue is, they can say no. Acknowledging paternity on the birth certificate is enough to put the father on child support. Now, I'm not saying don't sign the birth certificate, but let me tell you, if you sign the birth certificate, that's enough to establish paternity for the purposes of being placed on child support with the Department of Revenue. So you may be asking, well, how can I get a paternity test or a DNA test? Well, what you would have to do if you are in that situation and you have already placed your name on child support, on the birth certificate, and you've been served with paperwork, this is why it's important to immediately, within 20 days of getting served with that paperwork, is to get your case in circuit court. Now, I've been telling y'all this for the last couple of lives, and I'm so serious. The timing is so critical. The timing is how people get railroaded, okay? It's like y'all lay down on the railroad and wait for the train to run over you because you don't respond. That's what happens, okay? That's how you end up getting railroaded. It's because you do nothing. You lay down, okay? Not because the law may not be on your side, but because you lay down and let the law take its course without any input from you, okay? So, fathers, if you do not want to get railroaded, fathers, if you do not want to just wait until you get this enormous amount of child support and an unfair amount of child support done, you have to respond in 20 days. Can everybody write, respond in 20 days? Can we have that in the comments? Because somebody may be deaf, they cannot hear, but they can read. Can we all put in the comments, respond in 20 days? Respond in 20 days. If you remember nothing else about this live, remember that you have to respond in 20 days. And when you get this order, it's called a proposal of child support. When you get this proposal of child support, you have to, now this is why you need a lawyer, because you have to respond to the Department of Revenue, and there's a lot of Department of Revenue. You have to do the one in your county, you have to do the state office, and you have to send these certified mail. And then once all this is done, you still have to file your petition in circuit court, because you have to send them the petition that you filed in circuit court. It's a lot. And this is why even if people do opt out, because I've had guys to contact me and said that they've opted out and they still end up being placed on child support in the administrative proceedings. So guys, the goal for unmarried fathers, this is the key. The law is not on the side of unmarried fathers, meaning you are not married to the mother or the alleged mother of your alleged child or your child at the time of conception. If that is the case and you have acknowledged paternity, meaning you have put your name on the birth certificate for purposes of child support, that means that you have acknowledged that the child is yours. That is what the birth certificate is for. So they can put you on child support. You can say, hey, this baby ain't mine. This child does not belong to me. She was with Tom, Hick, and Jerry at the same time as I was, and they still would not order a DNA test. Some judges will. Now, this is for child support, okay? Now, what you'll do when we file the petition, we'll file a paternity petition in circuit court. And guess what the first thing we're going to ask for? We're going to ask for a DNA test, because you can ask for whatever you want in circuit court. That's the whole purpose of getting out of administrative court, because they don't have jurisdiction. They don't have the right to establish time-sharing plan, parenting plans, custody, none of that. Alimony, divorce, none of that. In DOR, all they have the ability to do is to put you on child support. Okay, that's it. That's all that. You don't get paternity rights. You just get put on child support. Okay, so the goal is to take your case before you get ordered on child support. We're going to be proactive in 2019. We're not going to be reactive. We're going to be proactive. That means we're not going to get laid out and get railroaded, okay? We're not going to get ran over in 2019. We can't afford it. We can't afford it, guys, okay? We can't afford it. Not this year. We may have laid down and let people do us any kind of way, but we're not going to do that in 2019, all right? I hope you guys are on the same page. So once we do that and file the petition, here's what we're going to do. We're going to ask for a DNA test. We're going to ask for a motion for scientific testing, okay? So we're going to get what we want. We want to make sure that the child that we're about to be placed on child support for is actually ours. It's actually biologically ours. You're going to get that. And if the child is yours, you can request time sharing with the child. That means that you can have days with the child by court order. You don't have to agree with the child's mother. She says she'll let you get the child every other weekend, but you know what? She might be mad on one of those weekends, but you know what? If you have a court order, you don't have to worry about emotions. Okay? All you have to worry about is the best interest of the child. You don't have to worry about if mommy is having a bad day and mommy saw a young lady like your Facebook status. And you don't have to worry about mommy with your new girlfriend. Okay? You don't have to worry about emotions. Okay? You have your rights in circuit court. You have the ability to get your child. And if you don't, she can be held in contempt. So you actually have rights. You have leverage. When you go to the Department of Revenue, you're not going to have leverage at all. So you have to have your rights if you're going to lay down with the woman and not marry her, okay? Because the law does not favor unmarried fathers. And that's just that. So if you want your rights, you got to file your petition for paternity in circuit court. You have to. You have to. This Free Game Friday was sponsored by the 20-day rule. And the 20-day rule states that if you get served with paperwork, this guy, he had 2 days left for me to respond. I had to go and file all of these 6 motions, plus send everything to the Department of Revenue in 2 days. Okay, you can't wait till the last minute because the clerk of court has to accept and give you a case number before I send it to Department of Revenue. So you can't wait till the last minute. 20 days is Saturday and Sunday as well, okay? It's not like court. You don't get a grace period. It's every day, okay? If your mom call you and tell you got service and paperwork, don't say you're going to buck, because you're not bucking. What's going to happen is you're going to get placed on child support, and it might not be a number that you like or a number that's fair. Does everybody understand me? I'm telling y'all, share this out. Send it to your homeboys. Send it to your boyfriends, your husbands. Hell, you might have to send it to your exes, okay? Your potentials, your Facebook friends that are always talking about child support. We don't know what we don't know. So it's important to know, okay, what your rights are and what the process is, okay? We're not laying down in 2019. Time's up. Time's up. Can everybody write time's up? Time's up. Time's up. 2019's time is up, okay? Does anybody have any questions about anything that I said before we get off of here? Thank you guys for joining me on this Free Game Friday. Y'all are really showing up in 2019. We're going to make sure that everybody is informed. We're going to make sure that these fathers have equal rights for the ones that want them, because all the fathers don't want them. This is for the fathers that want their rights, okay? Let's be clear, because everybody don't want them. Time's up, Nikki. Time's up, Jackie. That's right. Time's up. Time is up. All right. That was fun. I will see you guys next Friday. If you guys have any questions, don't be afraid. No question is dumb. No question is too simple. No question is too big. And ask your questions at freegamefriday.com. www.freegamefriday.com. Submit your questions, and they may be coming up next Friday. I'll see you here, right here. Share this out again. Love you guys. Thanks for the support.